Good morning, dear students. Today we will explain an important rule in grammar, a grammatical rule, which is conditionals. Okay, we will start with the first rule, or the first part, or the first condition. We have the zero conditional. In the zero conditional, we use it to talk about facts, about things that always or generally true as a result of an action or situation. It means that we talk about a fact, okay, that we have in our life. For example, in the form we use if or when plus the present simple, and the second sentence we have the present simple only. Okay, like if I get ill, I rest in bed. Okay, so we use the zero condition to speak about fact, about something that already happened or true, generally true. Okay, when we move to the first part, the first condition, it's different in somehow. We use it to talk about something that is likely to happen in the future as a result of an action in the present. It means that we have two clauses. The first clause is a present situation, and the second clause is a future consequence. In that condition, we use, in the first sentence, we use if plus present simple, and the second part we use will plus infinitive. Like in the example, if she does well in her exam, she will go to college. Okay? Let's see an exercise that explains this rule clearly. Like in number one, if you don't tell him the truth, I'm sure you regret it one day. Okay, this the first one is first condition. It's not zero condition. Second sentence, she will be disappointed if she doesn't get the job. Okay, and this part is the first condition too. Okay, let's see number three. Water boils if you heat it. Okay, in this sentence we have the zero condition because it speaks about a fact, a true condition. Okay, the same idea in exercise number 4. Iron rusts if it gets wet. So it's zero condition. Okay, the last one, if she earns a lot of money, she will fly to New York. Okay, I have here just a note to say that we sometimes switch the sentences, the two sentences with each other. I can start with if or start with will. But in this, if I start with if and the second clause with will, I just put a comma. But if I start with will and the second sentence with if, I omit the comma. Okay, let's see the second part, or the second conditional. In the second conditional, we talk about unlikely future events or situation, okay, imaginary situation, like if she changed her job, she would be much happier. It's imaginary. Okay, it's unlikely. Okay, like if they were here, they would tell us what to do, but the fact that they aren't here, so they can't tell us what happened. Okay, in this form we use if plus past simple, and the second part would plus infinitive. Okay, and we have a very important note in this. We can use was instead of were. Use were instead of was after he, after I and he and she and it. Okay, it's more likely to use were more than was. Like in the example, if I were a bird, I would fly. Okay, we have the other type which sometimes confuses us with, which is the third conditional. The third conditional we use it to talk about possible events in the past that didn't happen. Something already happened in the past, but we cannot change it. We hope that we can change it by using if. We also use it to talk about regrets or to make a criticism. Okay, and we have the form. I have if plus past perfect, and the second clause we had would have plus the past participle of the verb. Like in the example, if you had told me it was dangerous, I would have stayed home. But in fact that you didn't tell me. You didn't tell me, so I didn't know that it was dangerous. The second example, if you had worked harder, you would have passed the exam. But in fact, you didn't work hard, so you didn't pass the exam. Okay, we have an important note here. In informal English, sometimes I omit if and I use had instead. Let's see the exercise so we can compare between the two conditionals. Number one, I want to buy a new car, but I don't have enough money, and I was asked to use if. Here, the sentence is speaking about something that is not likely happen, that it's imaginary. I don't have the money, so I can't buy the car. So I use the second condition. If I had enough money, I would buy a new car. Let's see number two. If I were you, I would get legal advice. Okay, this is an imaginary situation. I can't be in your place. The weather was terrible, so we didn't go out yesterday. In number three, here the action already happened. The weather was terrible, so we didn't go out. So if the weather hadn't been terrible, we would have gone out yesterday. Number four, he couldn't phone her, so he couldn't tell her what was happening. But in fact, he didn't phone her, so he didn't know what was happening. So I used the third condition. If he had phoned her, he would have told her what was happening. Okay? Thank you very much for listening to our explanation for the if conditional, and we hope to see you next time. Thank you very much.